So Kane just needs to tell Moira, doesn't he? I mean, I know that he doesn't want to worry her because she's still inside, but hopefully Moira and Leon might come up with a bit of a plan to help him, although I don't think the operation's going to go ahead because Kane's going to get hit this week. I'm glad that Paddy went to Mandy and just told her exactly how he was feeling, because I think it was the best thing he could have done, to be honest. And yeah, I think him talking to Marlon and then talking to Mandy actually helped a lot. So what's happened? Who are we saying has done this to Graham? Obviously it's similar, like it's them people that were wanting Jodie away. But then also, like, who was it? Because, like, could it have been Marlon? Because obviously I don't think it was Marlon, but Marlon obviously wasn't happy with him, with everything that had happened and stuff, so it's still a possibility. But yeah, I mean, who did it to him? We'll find out, I'm sure. So I'm not going to lie, I actually do feel sorry for Eric. Obviously I feel like Eric feels like they are just doing this to fleece his money, like Kerry and Jay, but obviously it's not true. But I do get why he thinks that. Loved, absolute scene of the day for me, so brilliant. Loved that Dr. Liam was involved and getting Moira there and things like that. Oh, amazing, absolutely 10 out of 10, sensational, and just what Kane needed before his operation. So well done Mona, she surprised me because I genuinely didn't expect her to make the right decision, but I do think she has made the right decision, so well done Mona, I'm very proud of her for that. So operation day, but obviously he's been hit by the car. I mean, who do you actually think hit Kane? Because in all honesty guys, I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't actually know who it could have been hit him. I mean, it could have been any of them. Like, they were all upset for different reasons and not really, like, they shouldn't have been driving, but they were. So yeah, it could have been any of them really. Well, Jacob is in a right situation, isn't he? Obviously I genuinely understand what he was trying to do. He was panicking and he was trying to do it before Dr. Todd could ever find out, but obviously it kind of backfired on him. So yeah, poor Jacob, she obviously clearly is not happy with him. I feel bad for Eric. Obviously it's made him lose Kerry, and I think that was the last thing that he wanted or needed, to be honest. He needs Kerry there to help him, and it's kind of the last thing that he needed, but at the same time, like, I think Kerry feels like she can't do this when he doesn't trust her. So obviously it was all about Kane today, obviously carrying off his operation, and we found out that it was Jacob that run him over. I actually feel sorry for Jacob because it was not something that he obviously did on purpose, but like, it was more Dr. Todd's fault than his. But yeah, obviously it's having an effect. So Moira's going to plead guilty because she feels like there's obviously no other way, and Kane wants Aaron to step up with the family and stuff. I love this, and I also love Robert and Ross trying to plot against Joe. That's going to be so good. And then obviously we had Kerry having a go at Caitlin, Dr. Todd, but obviously Kerry was right with what she said. Like, I don't know what's going to go on with Dr. Todd and Jacob, but obviously if she moves closer to the village, which I think she is, I think it will get more severe. And obviously right now, if anybody ever says anything to her about anything, Jacob's like freaking out and being like, what did you do that for? So yeah. So I've used my G7X today because I've actually played on a couple of settings and I love it, so let me know if you like these pictures. But anyways, yeah, Robert basically had to tell Aaron the truth, and also Dawn found out the truth, which Dawn obviously deleted the video. Love Dawn for that, because honestly Joe was wrong to start blackmailing him with it anyway. But the bigger deal is that Aaron has found out the truth, obviously, about the documents planted against Moira. So yeah, Aaron's like, we need to do something about this. So Aaron and Robert are on a mission to find evidence to try and help Moira. Also love the fact that Eric is letting Kerry be with Jay, because I feel like it will make Kerry happy. Let's be real, Carol knows exactly what he's doing. He's taking pure advantage of Debbie. I was liking him at first as well, but then yeah, he pulled the wool over her eyes. He was absolutely taking advantage of her. He's now trying to say that he still owes money and all the rest of it, and he's trying to get her for money again, like totally taking advantage. And then Ben, I'm not going to lie, I feel dead sorry for Ben. I mean, how much more can like one person take? Obviously he's now found out the actual truth that Alan was not his real dad, and obviously because of Ollie and Amy trying to get together, it's fully came out that actually Jim was his dad. So yeah, Ben and Steve are brothers, as it seems. But obviously Steve is a little bit annoyed now because obviously Maggie's new since Halloween, since she's seen that picture, and she hasn't said anything up until now. And the only reason that she's even said anything is because her and Ben got into that argument. So that's the only reason that it's ever even come to light, because she said to him, your dad wasn't even your dad, and they got into that argument, and that's the only reason that anybody knows anything. Ben is literally more worried about the fact of this genetic condition than actually getting to know like Steve and his family, and he was friends with Steve before it, so it wasn't very nice what he did in the bistro to him. But honestly, I do understand why Ben's worried. Obviously he's worried for his own boys and stuff like that as well, and I do get that, but literally he doesn't even know if he has myotonic dystrophy yet, so he just needs to calm down a little bit and see if he has it first. Poor Debbie, honestly, I'm so glad that Ronnie took the time to find out the truth about Carol and show Debbie that actually he was fleecing her and he was completely lying. I feel so bad for Carol, for Debbie, sorry. I feel so bad for Debbie, and I'm so glad that she told them what's what and was like, do you know what, no, I'm actually done with you, I can't take this. After everything that Debbie's done for him, she's tried so hard to make up for the fact that she's his mum, and she's so sorry about the fact that it never came out sooner, but she's done everything in her power to make up for it. So honestly, I feel bad for Sham. I think everybody is going to find out that Will is kind of targeting him and blackmailing him and stuff, and honestly I feel like this is making me still not like Will, even though Will is a victim in this case as well, obviously with what Megan has done to him, but just the way he's handling it is just, yeah, I don't like it. I mean, poor Debbie. Maybe Ronnie's right, maybe she went back to work far too quickly, but we all know Debbie, she won't take a telling and she won't listen either, so she was always going to go back when she wanted to, and that was now. So I'm not going to lie, I think Trisha was in fresh clothes and Tim just didn't want to say anything. Poor Sham, I'm beginning to think that these are just hallucinations that he's having with seeing Megan and Will and things like that, and I feel like it's having a pretty big effect on him, which is quite sad. And then now the secret's come out about Carol, so Summer knows that it was Carol that was really driving the car that killed Billy. But if that's how annoyed she is at Carol, how annoyed is she going to be when she knows that Theo clipped that seatbelt back in? But anyways, yeah, she knows now that it was Carol. Also, Debbie's accident with burning her hands was just so sad. I feel like we're going to get lots and lots and lots of these little moments of something like that happening with Debbie now. So I still think Sam is having these hallucinations, and obviously Nick and Ben have tried to get the boys together. They think getting the boys together will help, but I'm not so sure if it will, because I think it will make it worse for Sam. Obviously he's now actually starting to hear that Will is saying things to him that I definitely still think are hallucinations. Let's be real, we all know that Theo is not going to let this go. Obviously Todd really needs Sarah, but at the same time he's not going to be allowed her because of Theo, is he? Yeah, Todd needs to wake up, please wake up, because you're living in dreamland right now if you ever think this is going to be okay. Of course, I think we all guessed that our Debbie is getting worse. I think we all knew it was going to come to something like that, didn't we? She was kind of going to get told that she was getting worse, and of course that is what's happened. Also, I kind of respect Ronnie for trying with Carol, because let's be real, we all know that Carol is going to rip her off yet again. He's not going to just be this goody-goody two-shoes and be all perfect for his mum, is he? I don't buy it. So obviously Sarah basically, and by the way I'm using my Canon for these pictures, so let me know if you like them, because I've played around with a couple of settings and I really like it. But anyways, obviously Sarah thought it was a brilliant idea to get Danielle involved and find out if Theo had been hitting her back when they were together. I know what she was trying to do, but honestly it's just made the situation worse, hasn't it? There is absolutely no way that Danielle was going to admit it anyway, and also she's just I don't want to be involved. And also it's just horrible, because obviously it's made it worse for Todd. Todd does not need this situation being worse, but if there was a way to make it worse, that was it, wasn't it? Poor Sam, it's just horrible for him, isn't it? But I think Roy will help him. He really will, because Sam and Roy really get on, and Sam loves playing with Roy and stuff, so I do think that Roy can help. I mean, threatening Summer and I know that he's going to end up doing Debbie over again as well. He just gets worse and worse, doesn't he? Honestly, I still have no idea what they're going to do to get rid of him, but I don't know, like, some people think he should be there at the end of Debbie's life, but some people don't, so I don't really know whether he will be there or not. But yeah, honestly, threatening Summer, but he has made Summer think, obviously, mentioning, oh, if you really want to know who killed him, you should look closer to home. So obviously she's definitely going to have a think about that, and we all know that what he means is Theo. So yeah, will Summer have a think and ask a few questions? Definitely, because that's the kind of character she is. But yeah, that's it this week, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.